Well, it looks like I'm in a dedicated fleet for a week. So I wanted to tell you about this whole experience. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and I'll tell you a story about working the Walmart dedicated fleet for CRETE. My name is Kevin. I'm a solo OTR driver for CRETE Carrier, and you're watching The Joy of Trucking. Last July, I got a message from my asset manager asking me if I'd go to the Cheyenne, Wyoming terminal since I was in the northern Colorado area doing something. They needed some help. So for a week, I ran temperature-controlled units, or reefers, all the way up to Billings, Montana, down to Rifle, Colorado, over the Rocky Mountains. So I spent a week doing that. And at the end of it, I thought it was not any more lucrative than if I just stayed in the truck and drove OTR the whole week. You know, it didn't really bring any extra money. I guess the attraction for the people that do it is if they're local, you know, they could go home every night, or they can be home at least on weekends. You know, they're not out for 21 days straight or a month or whatever, and they're close to home. Now, CRETE has dedicated Walmart fleets working out of Mankato, Minnesota, Cheyenne, Wyoming, North Platte, Nebraska, and Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. And what happens is this is a distribution center, and we haul loads in and out of these distribution centers all over the country. But the dedicated fleet has a terminal at that Walmart that supplements the Walmart trucks, and all you do is take the loads from the DC to the actual stores in that territory. So for the one in Cheyenne, like I said, I was all the way up to Billings, Montana, and they run to stores all the way down to Albuquerque. It's a pretty big area. Anyway, what happened was I had a load coming into the DC in North Platte, Nebraska, and I remembered that there's a dedicated fleet there, and I was thinking to myself, you know, that there's a long weekend coming here, and there's going to be a lot of crazy traffic, and I kind of like being out in this area, you know. Anything west of St. Louis, I really enjoy driving. The scenery, the lack of traffic, and it's a little bit easier, a little less stressful than being east of that area. And I don't have to be back in Florida, back home for a few weeks. So I thought, why not stay out here for a while, you know? And in order to ensure that, I could volunteer and see if they need any help at this dedicated fleet at the Walmart terminal there. And I heard it's a good terminal to work out of. The people are very nice, you know, you get good loads and so on. So I wanted to give it a try. Also, I find it just kind of breaks up the monotony a little bit, you know. You do something different. It's a little exercise for your mind. It's a little exercise for your body, because you have multiple stops. You have to get out of the truck and go in there. And if it's a refrigerated unit, they expect you to go in and move the bulkhead. So those trailers have different zones with different temperatures. But if you have more than one stop, there's stuff for each store in the different zones. So stuff has to come out. They pick what goes to their store. Stuff has to go back in. You put the bulkheads down and separate the zones and make sure the temperature is right in all the different zones. So it's a little more thinking, a little more working. You're out of the truck, you're moving around. So I called my asset manager on the way in there and asked if they needed any help. And in a couple hours, I got a message saying, yeah, why don't you go get attached to that fleet and help them out for a week. So there I was. I got there this morning. The load, I could have got there last night, but the delivery window for the load didn't start until today. So I waited about 30 miles away and then brought it in the morning, dropped the trailer, went and checked in at the office, and by then all the loads for the day for the morning had been issued, and they told me it would probably be in the afternoon before I got going again. So from 7 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, I was kind of twiddling my thumbs, so not making miles, not making money, but I got a little exercise, cleaned up the truck, did some housekeeping, did some paperwork and stuff. Wasn't a waste of time. Surprisingly, at 11 o'clock, I got a message saying, you've got a load, and here's some of the particulars. There are 3 stops, but the trailer wouldn't actually be loaded and ready until about 2 in the afternoon. Now, one of the things, when I got into the office and checked in, the first thing I did was tell me that I needed the in-transit app. And I think it's on the tablet, but I didn't have that with me. I was in the office. I had my phone, so I downloaded it right away. and signed in. There's some, you know, account name, username, password. You go through all that stuff. And what it is, once you punch in the load number, it gives you the information for each stop. It'll give you a map of the load, in other words, where the pallets are that go to the different stores. It'll show you sort of an electronic bill of lading. So I got that all figured out and set in there, and then I went back to the truck and got it set up on the tablet as well. And Walmart uses that to kind of track you, to see, you know, when you get to the store, and then it you know, shows that you've delivered and all that stuff, and you get to your next stop. So you're going to enter that stuff on your tablet, like arrived at stop and leaving the stop, and you get to the next stop and all that sort of thing. But this little app kind of does it as well and sends the messages back and forth to Walmart. I think it's kind of cool. It's good technology, you know. The other thing was you only get so much information, and then when you do finally get the load, you get more information about the stops and so on, the weight, all that, and the trailer number. And then you get a message saying the trailer's loaded. You go into the office and get your paperwork, which shows the 3 stops. You get seals for each one. So the trailer is sealed when you pick it up. You break the seal. Some pallets go to the first place. You put another seal on with another number to take you to the next place, and then they check it there. And then after they're done, you get another seal. So I got several seals, a little bit of paperwork, and then I went and picked up the trailer. Very nice Walmart trailer, built in February of this year, in really good shape, barely even dirty. And this is a dry van load, so it's not even a refrigerated load, but I am going to 3 different Walmarts. And they have them organized in routes. So these 3 stores are on a particular route, so I guess all the time you go to these 3 stores and they load the trailer for these 3 stores, and it's like one route. So I guess that makes it a lot simpler for them too. I hooked up to the trailer, sent my messages, and away I went. And the first store, the delivery window starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I had enough hours on my clock to get pretty close. So that's what I did. I used the time to get there, and then tomorrow I'll be able to start off and get there right before the window opens and get to unloading the truck, and that way I can get all 3 stores done in one day. And the last store, the window closes at like 8 o'clock at night or something, but I should be done in the afternoon with all 3 of them, and then try and get back to North Platte. But before I get there, I'll probably run out of time. My 70-hour clock only has about 12 hours left on it, but I can get this work done tomorrow and get headed back there. I'll do my reset before I get back there, and then the day after I'll show up. And one of the keys to keeping busy with this is telling them when you're going to be there after you've done your run, so that they already have the next load ready for you. So you just pull in, drop your empty trailer, get your paperwork, and pick up the next one, and you're right back gone again. So what happened today, you know, the delay today was because I had checked in with them at 7 in the morning, and even though they should have been expecting me, they didn't have me in their system yet. So it took a while to get all that set up on the computer, and they had already sent people out with their loads for the morning. So I got in on the afternoon bunch, and away I went. And I'll tell you, the terminal for CRETE is in a separate building from the main warehouse. There's a fuel lane, there's fuel pumps, and there's even a little shop where they service trailers. We have our own lounge and bathroom, and even some showers in there. Lots and lots of clean towels too. So yeah, it's a nice little setup, and there's a very large space where you can park bobtail and stay overnight there too. And right up the street is a Love's and I think it's a Pilot. So truck stops in the area, and I think there's a Walmart store there in North Platte too. So I might do some grocery shopping when I get back in that direction. So this was day 1. I'll do a week with this fleet. I'll keep you posted on how it goes, so stay tuned.
Be sure to join us in the next video when Kevin will talk about day 2 to 7 of his experience driving for the dedicated Walmart account out of North Platte, Nebraska. In the meantime, please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can put your comments and questions below. Do you drive for Walmart, or have you driven for the dedicated account at Walmart? let us know. We're always interested. And please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And we'll see you in the next video. With love from Kevin and Tanya. Bye.